How does Flieber deal with omnichannel forecasting? Modern commerce is basically, selling everywhere you can. There's no such thing anymore as an Amazon seller or D2C brand or a wholesaler or retailer. All of that is getting blurred, and D2C brands are trying to sell on Amazon, and wholesalers are trying to sell on Shopify, like have their own website on Shopify. And when you add a new sales channel, you add a new complexity, not only for forecasting, but also for inventory calculations, because you're now potentially adding a new inventory node, or you're splitting your inventory that you had for a channel into now two channels. So you need to understand the consumption of the two channels combined, and all of that adds a lot of operational complexity. In Flieber, the way we deal with that is that we perform forecasts based on the sales channel. So it's by product, by sales channel, and a specific product like a SKU level forecast, considering all the intricacies of that specific channel. Forecasting for the inventory is done at the warehouse level. We get the sales by channel with all the details of the channel, and then we blend that into a group of different channels that use the same inventory infrastructure, in case you do that, in case you have multi-channel using the same warehouse. So that allows us to tell you exactly how much each one of the channel is going to consume from that warehousing each day. And we show that to you in a chart. It's very visible. You can see per day how many units are going to be consumed from that location, from each one of the sales channels that you have that share that same location. So this brings an absolutely crazy level of accuracy, because you are understanding exactly how the dynamics of sales are going to be and how you're going to consume each one of your inventory from each one of your inventory locations. Now let's assume you sell in multiple countries and you want to place a purchase order for all the needs in all the countries to your supplier and have that be produced, and only after production you want to split that into different shipments to each country. This is becoming a very common use case, and honestly I think is the right approach, because what you want is to postpone to as late as possible the decision of what you're going to bring to each one of the countries, because you're going to be more accurate that way. You're going to be closer to the day that you're going to consume those items, so you have more data to make decisions. So placing a unified purchase order for all the needs in the world that you have in all of your countries is a very smart approach. In Flieber, it's very easy to do that. So basically you can select a supplier, and at the time that you're selecting the destination, you just put multiple destinations, all the countries in the world, all the warehouses that you want to replenish in the world, and we're going to combine that. We're going to tell you the needs for each product for all of those warehouses combined. So let's assume we have multiple channels in each warehouse. All of that is being taken into consideration. Then you're going to see both the unified needs, and you can open up, expand the rows, and you're going to see the individual needs for each one of the warehouses, which is also neat because you can, go into details. And then you place a purchase order to your supplier. For brands that sell on Amazon, the question is usually, how do we plan the transfers from 3PLs to Amazon, or the purchases from suppliers to Amazon, and what use cases are able to be solved by Flieber. At the time that you're calculating a replenishment, you're planning a replenishment, you can select an origin, which is in this case either a supplier or a 3PL, and or select a destination, which in this case is the FBA channel. So let's assume some of your products are replenished directly from the supplier and some products are replenished from the 3PL. You can select the supplier and the FBA, and we're going to show only the products that are replenished by the supplier, or you can select the 3PL and FBA, or you can select only FBA. In that case, we're going to show all the products. But then after you do that, Flieber is going to have all the replenishment suggestions that you need, taking into consideration, the intricacies of the sales of that channel based on the forecast calculations and etc. So it's literally one single button that you click. We generate what would be the needs that you have for Amazon FBA.